Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's Captain Jesse with another spectacular beginner's video because everybody needs a little bit of help in their life sometimes, don't they? So let's picture a new situation. So let's say I want to get into buying some YuGiOh cards. Maybe you want to just buy for your collection. Maybe you want to sell something. Maybe you just, I don't know, I just want to go buy some cards. I've got money to spend. I've got a big old check to spend money on. But how do you buy? How do you know what to get? How do you know what to do? Well, luckily, if you were you and you watched my last video, you at least have an idea of how to find a value of a card or know what a value of a card is and know what you want to pay for it. So now you're going to go in, you're going to go, okay, I want to grab a card, I want to buy. Well, how do we do that? So a couple things I'm going to show you and also a couple things I guess you should be aware of. A couple things people try to do on eBay. A couple of things, we won't call them scam, we'll call them scams. But let's just call it shady business people try to do. When money's involved, money's the root of all evil, and sometimes people get a little bit evil with their stuff. So we got on eBay, and I'm going to show you basically how I go upon buying my cards or how I go through, because I don't really ever go in with anything super set in mind, unless I see like a card somebody posts on Instagram or something like that. I'm like, man, I got to get that card. That's a classic, whatever. Then I like to just browse. I like to buy. I like to sell. So I'll buy sometimes to bid on stuff to sell. Sometimes I'll just buy stuff to add to my beautiful collection. You can't see it here, but obviously it's right in front of me here. Just for some buying. So let's do some magic here. Whoosh. And we're in here. So basically when it comes to eBay, I like to preset a couple of things when I am searching. So I can kind of filter down and get a little bit more, a little bit better to what I want to get into. So there's two ways I like to look. So I personally will start off just by, punching in YuGiOh, and I'll just look at what the best matches are. Now, there's a couple that I absolutely completely avoid, that I don't even look at, don't even consider. First of all, things like sponsored posts. So for example here, I'm going to use, where was one I saw when I was browsing earlier that I kind of laughed at, and I was like, oh god. This here, so Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, LDS2, ENO 17, 12 bucks, 41 sold, free shipping. Wow, great. Click buy now, let's get it over with, right? Well, maybe not quite. So I got curious, and I was like, how much is it actually worth? Because this is like one of those things. Every time I punch in YuGiOh, something like this is up. I know that, look, I know this keyboard here, so like, this dude's got cards clearly. But how much is one of these actually worth? So if we go in, I punched in the set number, LDS2 17. We're going to wait for this webpage to load. And had a look at the lowest pricing. So the 12 bucks he's offering for isn't far off what it's worth. I mean, I guess if he's a really good seller, then I guess maybe there's a little more value in that. But realistically, if you took 30 more seconds to just, have a look at the screen, you would actually notice that maybe you can get it a little bit cheaper, and these are all still, near mint, of course. So near mint, great, no biggie. We'll just buy it up, done, we're on our way. So I like to go through and basically browse this. Oftentimes, I usually set it to best match. I never set price low, price to low, because you just get a bunch of bulk garbage. I'm not even gonna look at this. I don't care. Same with ending soonest time. I don't set it to it because I just find it's just bulk garbage. Occasionally you get a couple good things you might get into, but like this here, all trash, all just bulk. That's kind of cool, but still, not really worth it. But like, LOB rares, okay, yeah, that would be worth something. I opened this, we can open it right now, who cares, why not? Not really worth that much, honestly. Yeah, LOB, yes, first set ever, but like, first of all, look at the condition of these guys. Terrible. Light play. Yeah, those corners really say light play. But yeah, I can go to Walmart right now, go buy a pack, and pretty much guarantee myself one of these cards. It's worth nothing. That's why nobody's buying it. So when I go to auction, when I'm searching for like auction cards, especially, I will literally just look at best match. So I'll go into the auction stuff now. Actually, before I go into that, we'll go back to just the regular listings, the buy it now listings, and we're going to go into that. So I like to scoot through those, but I like to consider a few things. Take everything with a grain of salt. Again, people will just try to sell you stuff for the sake of just selling it. So one other thing I tend to see a lot, I'm going to see if I can punch through it here. This garbage right here. right here, this mix lot, get a bundle, buy 100 cards, and then they show you a bunch of clickbait cards in the background of like, oh my god, you get LOB first editions, oh my god, you can get like ghost rares. Garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. No one's selling you high-end cards for $20. Okay, so I'm not saying this is a bad deal, but understand if I open up this listing here that, what do we got in these binders here? Yeah, like these old school. I mean, that's actually probably a little more realistic. Still a little bit clickbaity, but like, you know, you're never guaranteed good stuff. You get a lot of generally duplicates. I think somebody said on this that there's no duplicates, but like you're just going to get a bunch of bulk cards. You're not going to get super crazy value out of them. It might be good if you want to build a collection, you want to start kind of build, you know, deck building or things like that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Just if you're going to buy something, just be actually aware that you're just not going to get super crazy stuff. I'm sorry, you're not going to get like an Eldritch or like, you know, a Dragoon in here, a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. It's just not going to show up in these listings. Nobody's going to lose money on purpose. But, you know, it is what it is. So that's the other thing I tend to just not even look at. I'll glaze right over them. I don't even care. Now, if I go through these here, I do try to like to find things that have best offer on them. So, you know, like that there. I can go look at the value of that. So let me just make a new tab here. It's a BPT003. Looks like it's probably in damaged condition, so super on the cheap. But let's just take a quick peek and see what it's actually worth. So I'm going to go in, computer, let's go. BPT003. Okay, that was not what I wanted. Clearly the internet doesn't want me to look at things today, so let's try this again. BPT003, and we're going to go look. There we go. So $27, $4, so that's like $31, which I think for something of that condition's probably not far off what it's actually worth. So there we go, like a damage one, $25, $27 for heavy play damage. Like, that seems to be right on par. So if I'm going to make this guy an offer, I'd make him an offer of something like $20, $22, and that's still pretty fair against what's actually there. So, again, like I said, take everything for granted. The other thing, though, I want you to consider when you're looking at those is conditions. So I'm going to bring up a couple things, because people on eBay lie. Oh, shock! YouTube clickbait! They would never do this! I got clickbaited! Yeah, people lie. So when you're actually buying and considering value, like I've mentioned again in my great video about how to value cards, consider condition. Condition means everything. That's why, you know, these damaged, bad condition cards are priced much less than, let's say, for example, something like these ones here, PSA graded, and you know, some of those are way overpriced. You know what I mean? So I saw this one when I was browsing and scrolling through my list as this card here. Now, first of all, I'm probably going to add this to my watch list. I'm probably going to bid on it, but I'm not going to bid on it at a light play price. I'm not going to consider even remotely a light played price because it's not lightly played, and I'm going to show you here. People lie. So first of all, we look at the corner on the top there. You can kind of see it looks creased, but like maybe it's just the lighting, you know, whatever. The foiling's got a lot of scratches on it. So the front of it, yeah, sure, light play, whatever. Like the corners are whatever. Like that's forgivable as a light play card. I will say that is forgivable as light play. But let's have a look at the back of the card here. This is where things get a little bit cheaty. This is where people lie. So first of all, scratches everywhere. Again, whatever, I'll pass it off. I'm not going to get too angry about it. But like, that's not light play. And then there is it. That corner right there, nice and bent and creased. And you know what we say on the condition list, if it's creased, it's no longer light play. So this, to me, not light play. I'm still going to probably bid on this, so I'm going to actually add it to my watch list, because I still think $9 free shipping. You know, I could probably still put some bids on this and probably still get my money's worth out of it, but I'm not bidding at a light play price. I have won lots of cards before that I have been at, you know, lied about conditions. So one I have to laugh at. One of my favorite pieces of my collection, you've all seen it before, I'm sure, is my absolute blessed Red Eyes Black Dragon. Absolutely love this piece. But the seller lied on it when he listed. He was a liar, a big fat phony. So I'll bring up the listing here, and he said it was a light play card. I'm going to tell you right now, it is not light play. Look at that. And I can see that on my card there. Look at that big old crease in it. That's a heavy played, and some would even argue a damaged card. I didn't pay a whole lot for it for a very classic promo. There's the back of it, by the way, if anyone wants to see it. That is not even remotely light play. I'm sorry, you cannot even remotely pass it off as light play. People like to lie. Look at the photos. Look at the photos, look at them in detail, pay based on what the photo's price or what the condition is actually worth. I would have never paid, I would have paid much more than $20 if it was way more well over, if it was actually light play, it would have been worth a lot more, but it's not worth that, so that's what I paid. But yeah, as I was scrolling through those, one card I did come by, and I was like, I'm not 100% sure on the, 100% sure on the value. This guy was actually legitimate in terms of, it's a first edition SYE. Yep, people lie about edition too, and that can work out in both ways. Light play, and I was like, okay, that might be worth it. I might make an offer, whatever, on it. And then I also used TCG Player, as I showed in the previous, or, the other video that I've done. So, TCG Player, Starter Deck Yugi, first edition. We go, I think it was like page 9 or something like that. Ended up being that this card is worth, slightly paid first edition, like $3 US, so like $5 Canadian. So not really that super valuable for light play. I mean, it is a nice card. I might offer a few bucks for it, see where it goes from there. So the cool thing about edition, though, I'm actually going to show you this, is people can lie about it, but sometimes people also don't realize it. And this is one of the biggest wins I ever got, and I've actually had this happen a few times. I cannot believe that I actually even own one of these cards. This is crazy. Is this the Link and Duo? So this guy actually put it as an unlimited, and then sold it at about unlimited price. Light play was fair. It's, not in the best condition. The corner's a little worn out. I guess the back picture's not going to show, but it's light play. Here's the thing. A first edition light play on that card is usually over about $100 or $100 at market. So that guy missed out on a lot of money that I get to cash in on. So I'm a little bit greedy myself, but I'm honest. I am very much honest. So that's the one way I like to look, is going to the, buy now, looking at the offers, looking at the best matches, and just kind of scrolling through. The other way I'll do it is with auctions. I love auctions. I love getting into bidding wars. This is what's really cool about eBay. So I'll go in. So for example, a card like this here, it's light play. I also looked at the picture of this. It's actually in pretty good condition. The guy didn't lie about it. I don't like the fact that it's not quite there. Like, all the information's out there, but he might just be, an uninformed or a new seller, a beginner, no big deal. One other cool thing that eBay does when it comes to bidding is, if you want to bid, let's say for example, this card's worth like $40, right? So, I'm not sure if I'm going to bid on this one or not. I'm not sure how badly I want another SDK Blue Eyes. I might bid on it just to sell it, but let's say for example this card's worth like $40, and you would know that from my last video that it's worth probably about $40, maybe less because of the condition. Is I can type in 40 and place bid, and what will end up happening is it will not bid 40 right away. It'll bid 25.50 for me, and then as people keep bidding on it, it will bid for me. So eBay will actually bid for you up to whatever amount you put in. So that's, by the way, on the back end, when you're bidding on something and all of a sudden you're going, hey, why does it keep auto losing me? It's because eBay will auto bid when you put in. So if I put in 40, it'll say the current bid is $25.50 for me. Somebody goes ahead and types in, 27, boom. Well, what's going to pop up next? You're going to see it pop up as, nope, not big enough. You have to bid more. So really cool if you're in bidding. I love getting in bidding wars. That's how I get most of my cards, in terms of especially ones I want to flip and kind of sell or hold on to. I really try to snake it in. I did make an offer for 20. I was a giant low ball. It probably wasn't going to happen. I just had to, because, I'm just a little bit chintzy. So just something to consider when you're looking on eBay. Like I said, a couple of rules. Take everything with a grain of salt. Okay, people that are selling sponsored, people that are selling bulk lots, almost always you're gonna get, either you're gonna overpay or you're just gonna get garbage. So if you really want a card that you see, really thoroughly look, understand what the value is for the card you're gonna look for, and try to punch on that. And sometimes honestly, you can get really lucky. So always keep your eyes peeled. Really good things to look at, and I'll just scroll through and I just spend some time doing that, and that's how I've made a lot of my income, is just buying cards and then flipping them. But yeah, hope that helped you a little bit. I might do another episode on how to sell the cards now that you've kind of got in and you've bought them, how you want to sell the cards that you just bought. Um, Definitely not hard by any means, but just a little bit of food for thought for you. As always, I'm Captain Gesso. Have a good day, month, weekend, Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, whatever it is. Yeah, don't work too hard. Peace out.